Chosen one, somebody tried to humble you recently, and by the end of this story, you're going to understand exactly why they're sitting somewhere right now asking themselves, what was I thinking? Did I fall and bump my head? But first, let me tell you what's coming, because this story has layers that are going to absolutely blow your mind. I'm going to reveal 7 game-changing truths. There was this moment, someone looked at you and decided, you know what? I need to bring them down a notch or two, or 10. They sized you up in about 3 seconds, felt absolutely certain their little reality check was going to work, and walked up with that energy. You know exactly what I'm talking about, that smug confidence that comes right before someone tries to put you in your place. Maybe it happened at work. Maybe it was family dinner. Maybe it was that friend who's been watching your glow up from the sidelines. Wherever it was, they had this look in their eyes like they were about to do the world a favor by humbling you. This person, let's call them your humbler, because that's what they thought they were going to be, made the classic mistake that toxic people always make with chosen ones like you. They looked at your surface and thought they had you figured out completely. I want you to pay attention, because understanding this is going to protect you for life. They weren't really trying to humble you because of anything you did wrong. They were trying to humble you because of everything you did right. Let me explain what I mean by that, and then I'll show you the 3-part chain reaction that happened next that they never saw coming. You know that feeling when someone in your family sees you growing and immediately tries to remind you where you came from? Or when a co-worker notices you speaking up more in meetings and suddenly finds reasons to question your ideas publicly? Or when that friend who used to be on the same level as you starts making little comments about how you've changed since you started doing better? That's not coincidence, chosen one. That's strategy. Unconscious strategy, but strategy nonetheless. See, toxic people operate from a scarcity mindset, where they believe there's only so much success, confidence, and respect to go around. When they see you growing, they don't think, good for them, maybe I should level up too. They think, if they're rising, I must be falling. I need to fix this imbalance. So they look for the perfect moment to reality check you back into the box they're comfortable seeing you in, the box where they get to feel superior, where you don't threaten their sense of hierarchy, where everything stays predictably the same. While they were plotting their little humiliation session based on who you used to be, you've been quietly becoming someone completely different. And I mean completely different. You've been doing that deep internal work that most people are too scared to do. You've been dealing with your triggers instead of being controlled by them. You've been setting boundaries instead of people-pleasing your way through life. You've been learning to trust your own judgment over other people's opinions, even when, especially when, those people are family or longtime friends. Remember those moments when you used to get defensive and over-explain yourself to people who questioned you? That version of you has been slowly dying over the past few months, hasn't it? The person who needed external validation to feel worthy. Gone. The person who would shrink when someone raised their voice or used that condescending tone. Not home anymore. You've been becoming someone who knows their worth without needing a committee to confirm it. Someone who can hear criticism without immediately assuming it's true. Someone who can stay calm in the face of someone else's chaos, because you finally understand that their energy doesn't have to become your energy. And that's exactly why what happened next was so devastating for them. But before I tell you about their epic failure, let me show you something even more important: the audience they didn't know they had. When someone tries to publicly humble you, they're not just attacking you. They're performing for an audience. They want witnesses to their victory over you. They want people to see them put you in your place, to nod along with their assessment, to validate their right to tear you down. Your humbler looked around the room, whether that was a conference room, family gathering, friend group, or even social media, and thought, perfect, all these people are about to see me expose this person's flaws. What they didn't know is that the audience was already on your side. Not obviously, maybe not even consciously, but people have been watching your transformation. They've been noticing how you handle yourself differently now. How you don't get pulled into drama the way you used to. How you've been stepping into your power gradually and gracefully without stepping on anyone else to get there. They've watched you become more confident without becoming arrogant, more assertive without becoming aggressive, more successful without becoming insufferable. And whether they've said it out loud or not, they respect the hell out of your growth. So, when this person tried to tear you down, the audience wasn't thinking, oh yeah, they needed to be humbled. They were thinking, what the hell is wrong with this person? Why are they coming for someone who's been minding their own business and actually improving their life? Some of them were probably thinking, I wish I had their confidence. Others might have been thinking, they handle themselves so well, I should take notes. A few were definitely thinking, this person trying to humble them is showing their whole self right now, and it's uncomfortable to watch. But the most important thing the audience was thinking, and this is going to make you feel incredible, was this. If someone this together is getting attacked for no reason, then maybe I shouldn't listen to people who try to tear me down either. You became an example, chosen one. Without even trying, without even knowing it, you became proof that someone can grow and thrive despite other people's negativity. And that's when the magic happened. When your humbler finally made their move. Whether it was that passive-aggressive comment, that direct confrontation, or that public call-out, they were expecting the old you to show up. The you who would get flustered, defensive, maybe even apologetic. Instead, they met someone completely different. Maybe you smiled and said something so graceful it made them want to disappear into the floor. Maybe you responded with such genuine kindness that it made their attack look cruel and unnecessary. Maybe you calmly acknowledged their comment and then redirected the conversation like a master diplomat. Maybe you just looked at them with that peaceful energy and said something like, I hope whatever's bothering you gets better soon. Whatever you did, it was so unexpected, so composed, so effortlessly confident that it created this moment where everyone, including them, suddenly realized they were watching someone get completely outclassed. Hold that thought for a moment. I need your attention for something very important. For the first time, we're revealing everything we know about personal power, healing yourself and healing others. No filters, no holding back. We have been quietly adding all the occult secrets we've collected over literal years of spiritual practice. The techniques and wisdom that transformed us from controlled pawns into conscious creators are now available to those ready to walk the same path. This is your invitation to join Obsidian Inner Order and support our platform so we can continue growing our megaphone to reach other chosen ones waiting for activation. By joining the Obsidian Inner Order, you're not just gaining access to forbidden knowledge, you're becoming part of a movement that's rewriting reality itself. It's a 360 win for all of us. Link is in the description. You didn't even have to defend yourself directly. You didn't need to list your accomplishments or explain your worth. You didn't need to attack them back or expose their flaws. Your response was so secure, so unbothered, so graceful that it did all the work for you. You transcended their attack entirely. And in doing so, you made them look small without even trying. But the story gets even better because what happened next is going to make you laugh. Think of this moment, chosen one, because it's probably going to replay in their mind for weeks. They're standing there, having just launched their attack, and instead of getting the reaction they wanted, they're facing someone who just made them look petty without breaking a sweat. The audience that was supposed to validate their move is now looking at them like they just kicked a puppy. The person they tried to humble is responding with such grace that they're the one who looks unhinged by comparison. You can literally see it in their body language, the exact moment they realize this didn't go the way they planned. their confident stance shifts. Their voice might change. Maybe they try to double down at first, make it seem like they were just joking or trying to help. Maybe they attempt to backpedal with some weak explanation about their intentions, but it's too late. The damage is done, not to you, but to them. They came to humble you and ended up humbling themselves. They wanted to expose your weaknesses and ended up exposing their own insecurity. They thought they were going to make you look bad, and instead made themselves look like someone who attacks people for no good reason. And the most beautiful part, they fell in love with you in that moment. Not romantically, but they got completely caught up in your energy. Your response was so graceful, so secure, so unbothered, that it actually made them attracted to your vibe. They came to tear you down and ended up wanting to be around you. Instead, that's the power of choosing grace over defensiveness, chosen one. That's what happens when you respond to someone's chaos with your peace. While you're going about your day, probably not even thinking about this interaction anymore. There's a whole education happening behind the scenes. Someone, maybe multiple someones, is having conversations about what they just witnessed. Maybe it's happening in the break room at work. Did you see how they handled that? I would have lost my mind, but they stayed so calm. Maybe it's family members texting each other later. What was that about? They were just standing there minding their business. Maybe it's friends processing what they saw. I don't understand why anyone would come for them like that. They're literally one of the nicest people I know. Someone is pulling out their phone. Wait, do you actually know what they've been up to lately? And they start showing people your real life, your accomplishments that you don't brag about, your growth that you've been working on quietly, your character that shows up in small moments when you think no one's watching. Your humbler is getting a masterclass in who you actually are, and it's making them feel smaller and smaller by the minute. No, someone's saying, you got it completely wrong. That's not who that is at all. Let me show you what they've actually been doing. And suddenly, your humbler is learning about the promotion you earned through hard work, the way you helped someone behind the scenes, the challenges you've overcome, the kindness you show people, the growth you've achieved, the respect you've earned from people who actually know you. They're discovering that the person they tried to tear down publicly is someone who deserves celebration, not criticism, someone who's been quietly becoming amazing while they were busy, looking for people to judge. And with each new piece of information, they're realizing how badly they misread the situation, how wrong they were about you, and how much they just damaged their own reputation by attacking someone who didn't deserve it. You know how toxic people always try to make you question your reality? How they'll do something cruel and then act like you're being too sensitive when you don't like it? How they'll tear you down and then claim they were just trying to help, or keeping it real. What happened with your humbler just validated everything you've been feeling about these dynamics. You're not crazy. You're not too sensitive. You don't need to be brought down to earth. You don't need someone else's reality. Check. The problem was never you. It was always them. This situation proved that you've developed something most people spend their whole lives trying to find. Unshakable inner security. You didn't need to prove anything to anyone. You didn't need to defend your worth. You didn't need to make them understand your value or agree with your choices. You just existed in your power, and that was enough to completely disarm someone who came loaded for conflict. This is what emotional maturity looks like, chosen one. This is what happens when you stop allowing other people's insecurities to become your emergency. This is what healthy boundaries feel like in action. For years, you probably thought something was wrong with you because toxic people kept telling you there was. You probably wondered if you were too much, too sensitive, too ambitious, too confident, too something. You probably tried to make yourself smaller to avoid their attacks. But this situation just proved that the problem was never you outgrowing them. The problem was them not growing with you. While your humbler is dealing with the embarrassment of their failed attack and the social consequences of being seen as someone who attacks good people for no reason, something beautiful is happening. For you that you might not even notice yet. This whole situation just upgraded your reputation in ways you can't imagine. People who witnessed this or heard about it now see you differently. You're not just someone who's nice or growing anymore. You're someone who has real strength, someone who can handle pressure with grace, someone who doesn't get pulled into other people's drama, someone who responds to conflict with wisdom instead of emotion. These are leadership qualities, Chosen One. These are the traits that make people want to work with you, invest in you, learn from you, be around you. Your humbler thought they were going to expose some flaw in your character. Instead, they created a situation that highlighted your strongest qualities for everyone to see, but that's not even the best part. The best part is what this revealed about you to yourself. The universe just gave you a pop quiz, and you didn't just pass, you aced it with extra credit. All that inner work you've been doing, all those times you chose to respond instead of react, all those moments when you decided to trust your own judgment over other people's opinions, all those boundary-setting conversations you had with yourself, all those times you chose your peace over proving a point. This was the final exam. This was life asking, are you ready for what comes next? Can you handle criticism without losing your center? Can you face someone's worst intentions and respond with your best self? Can you stay in your power when someone tries to pull you out of it? And your response proved that yes, you absolutely are ready. You've officially graduated from being someone who gets thrown off by other people's negativity to someone who can transform conflict into clarity just by staying in your authentic power. This wasn't just someone trying to humble you. This was the universe confirming that you've become someone who can't be humbled by anyone who doesn't deserve to be in your life anyway. Because you handled this situation with such mastery, new doors are opening that you can't even see yet. People are going to start approaching you differently. Opportunities are going to present themselves because word gets around about how you handle yourself under pressure. Your humbler thought they were going to set you back, expose your weaknesses, and put you in your place. Instead, they just launched you forward into a new level of respect and recognition. The confidence you gained from this situation isn't just from the people who witnessed it. It's from yourself. You now have concrete proof that you can handle whatever people throw at you without losing your composure, compromising your character, or abandoning your values. That's confidence money can't buy, Chosen One. That's self-respect that no one can take away. That's inner security that becomes your superpower in every future interaction. Your humbler set out to make you feel small and ended up making themselves look smaller than they ever imagined. They wanted to expose some weakness in you and ended up exposing their own insecurity to everyone watching. They tried to damage your reputation and ended up damaging their own. They lost respect for themselves because they acted from jealousy and spite instead of love and support. They lost respect from others because people saw their true character under pressure. And they lost the opportunity to learn from you, to be inspired by you, to grow alongside you because they chose criticism over curiosity. Meanwhile, you gained respect from yourself and others. You gained confidence in your ability to handle difficult people and situations. You gained clear evidence that the person you've been becoming is someone worth celebrating, not tearing down. And you gained a story you can tell yourself anytime someone tries to make you doubt your worth. Remember when that person tried to humble me and ended up humbling themselves instead? The thing about being chosen is that these tests keep coming. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because your light triggers people who are living in darkness. Your growth reminds people of their stagnation. Your peace disturbs people who are addicted to chaos. So when the next person tries to humble you, and they will, remember this moment. Remember how your grace exposed their chaos. Remember how your calm revealed their storm. Remember how your security highlighted their insecurity. Stay in your power. Respond from your center. Let your character speak for itself. Don't get pulled into their energy. Don't try to prove yourself to people who are determined to misunderstand you. Just be yourself, your evolved, growing, powerful self, and watch them defeat themselves trying to defeat you. As you move forward from this moment, chosen one, remember what you just learned about yourself. You have the power to transform other people's attacks into your advantage. You have the grace to stay calm when others lose their composure. You have the wisdom to respond to negativity with positivity. You have the strength to let your character speak for itself. This is who you are now. This is the energy you carry. This is the power you've stepped into. This is the person you've become through all that inner work, all that growth, all that choosing yourself over other people's opinions. And the beautiful thing is, this is just the beginning. Every time someone tries to dim your light, you're going to remember this moment when someone tried to humble you and ended up humbling themselves instead. You're ready for everything that's coming. You've proven it to everyone who was watching, and you look absolutely incredible walking into your future. The universe tested you, chosen one, and you passed with flying colors.